Are you finally looking to get that beach body that you've been wanting every year? Well, in these series of videos, I have the Vantage Grown Man Blueprint for you to get that beach body for summer 2026. This method is the same approach I use with all my clients looking to do so. By following these steps, you will be setting foot on the beach feeling confident and looking great and not wanting to get in the swimming pool with your t-shirt on. The first piece of the puzzle is giving yourself enough time to make this happen. The reason I'm talking about this first is because that is what success and failure is built on. Start too late and you won't be able to get there in time. Start too early and you might end up losing too much muscle. In simple terms, if you have around 15 to 20 pounds to lose, you will need at least 12 to 16 weeks to truly get ready in the best way. At least to guarantee we lose enough body fat and keep as much muscle as possible. This isn't Weight Watchers, lads. This is about looking like you left on holiday and feeling confident with your top off. If you have 10 to 15 pounds to lose, you can probably give yourself 8 to 12 weeks. It depends how far you have to go in that time. With both timelines, we can go faster or give ourselves more time. But ideally, for an optimal rate of fat loss, those are kind of good timelines I find. The principles I use and teach can be used regardless of your starting point or timeline, but setting the right timeline is your foundation for success. Get it wrong, the rest won't matter. So what is an optimal rate of fat loss? How much is the best rate to maximize fat loss and minimize muscle loss? From my experience and some of the studies available, and I'm not a big studies guy, around 0.8 to 1% of your total body weight per week is the best scenario. So if you're a 200 pound man, we're talking about just under 2 pounds a week, around 2 pounds a week. Aiming for around this allows us to get enough fat off while holding on to as much muscle as possible. In the next series, I'm going to give you the numbers and the breakdown of how we do your food for this. Welcome to video 2 of a Summer Shred series, my guide of everything you need to do to get a beach bod for holiday. So we've set some timelines in the first video. The next part, how much food should you be eating to achieve that? And also how many calories, protein, carbs and fats. I work all of this out for my clients, but I can walk you through my method here. Keep watching. First stop, we've got to work out your maintenance calories. Now these are just guidelines, everyone's slightly different and this is never 100% foolproof. If you want that, you need to become a client of mine and we can guarantee you success. A general guideline is to take your body weight in pounds and times it by 14 to 16. So if you're 200 pounds, times it by 14, that's 2,800 calories. The reason I said 14 to 16% is because it does depend on how active you are, particularly in your job. A manual labour job or one with lots of steps, times it by 16. An office job with low steps, times it by 14. A bit of both, go with 15. So 200 pounds by 15 is 300 calories, 3,000 calories. My maths ain't great, guys. This should give you a rough guide to your maintenance calories. So in that scenario, 3,000. To test this, eat this exact amount. Keep everything else as similar as possible, like your steps and training. Weigh yourself every day. Did you lose weight over the week? You're in a deficit. Stay the same, you're at maintenance. Gain, then you're in a surplus. In simple terms, let's assume you're at maintenance on 3,000 calories. Next week, we go to 2,900. This should put you in a deficit to lose 1% of your total body weight for the week after. When it comes to cutting, I usually lean towards being more aggressive at the start. This might well be a 150 calorie cut rather than 100. So we have our calories worked out. What about macros? Well, protein is king. So as a gold standard guide, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you're a 200 pound man, 200 grams of protein, 800 calories of your total from 3,000. You can potentially go up a little bit, but to keep things simple, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is fine. When it comes to carbs and fats, there is a bit of personal preference here, but I would say you don't really want to go fewer than 20% of your calories to be from fats. Carbs and proteins are 4 calories per gram, fats are 9 calories, bear that in mind. Fats are essential for hormones and many bodily functions. So at least 20% of those calories being from fats are needed in my opinion, but let's just say 25% to make sure. 25% of 3,000 is 750 calories. Divided by 9, 83 grams of fats. 3,800 calories from protein, 750 from 83 grams of fats, leaves you at about 1,450 calories for carbs. So that's divided by 4, about 360 grams of carbs, 3,000 calories, 200 protein, 360 carbs, 83 grams of fat. Generally, I lean towards 20% of fat to my clients, but I hope that gives you a good guide to get cracking. The next video will be on training, the fun part, the part that got us into this in the first place. So hopefully it'll be a bit more of a fun video. Welcome to video number 3 in the Summer Shred Sheet series. If you're finding these helpful, drop a comment below. So the next bit is training, the weights, the fun part, the part that got us into this world in the first place. I want to bust a few myths around training during different phases. There isn't cutting training and there isn't bulking training. Year round, you should be keeping your training consistent and aiming to progress it. Not just how much you lift, but reps, form, accuracy, and muscle engagement. I do think, however, as we get further into a cut, that lifting more load takes even more of a backseat. Aiming to maintain the load you're lifting goes hand in hand with maintaining the muscle as body fat and body weight comes down. In terms of training split, my go-to question for you is always how many times a week is realistic for you to get to the gym for an hour. There are exceptions, but as a general rule, my clients are expected to be able to do at least 3 a week, and no client ever does more than 5 a week. Once you have a realistic number of sessions put aside, your split comes out of that. With the other rule being, we want to hit each body part at least once a week, hopefully twice for most. With clients, I go into much more depth and personalization here. Stuff like priority and weak body parts, injuries, what equipment you have available. But I want this guide to give you actionable steps to take away and do this on your own if for some reason you don't want to work with me. So based on 4 times a week, an upper, lower, push, pull split is solid. Better than that, I have a free training program with this very split. So DM me and I can send it over to you. Come to video number 4 in my Summer Shred series, your full guide on how to have a body to be proud of on holiday. Next up, we have cardio, or movement, as I like to call it. So there's 3 pillars here: steps, steady state cardio, and HIIT cardio. I don't really use HIIT cardio much, but sometimes I do. Let's cut to the chase here. Cardio is probably the least important of the nutrition, training, and cardio triangle. But by the same token, if we're going to kind of get a beach body you're really aiming for, most guys will need some form of cardio to get lean. So don't place too much faith in it, but also suck it up and get over it if you hate the thought of bloody doing cardio. I'd start at 10,000 steps a day. This is going about your daily life and at a walking pace, right? Start there. Right now, particularly if you're progressing week to week, we don't need to add cardio in, really. I generally don't straight away for clients at the start. Usually I don't. Law of averages, I will over time, however. I usually start at around 20 minutes after a weight session on training days only. Cardio is not walking pace, but you can hold a conversation and you're kind of getting a sweat on. So it's not just walking around, but it's a bit quicker than that. For me, on a treadmill, 5.3 kilometers an hour, 4% incline, just for you to take away. You scale or progress from there. Cardio is the one bit I find is very person and situation dependent, which is where good coaching comes in. I know just the guy. I enjoy cardio as a great way to start my day. I have a treadmill in the house, so those factors have a bearing on my cardio. If you insist on not working with me, you're going to have to figure some of this out yourself, right? It comes down to preference at the end of the day. All I would say is this: start small, get data, adjust as you go along. More isn't better, and faster sooner is also not better. I hope you found this helpful. Drop a comment if you do. In the last video of the Summer Shred series, let's talk recovery, lifestyle, and supplements, or what I call it, lifestyle design. I will keep it simple for you. Get 7 hours of sleep a night, drink 3 litres of water a day, minimise stress by limiting the fucks you have to give, and save it for the things that really matter. Caffeine is beneficial, but don't overdo it. And when it comes to supplements, right, I keep it simple. Creatine for everyone. If you're assisted, testosterone before anything else. I would just keep it a testosterone, to be honest. Obviously, this is a short, sharp bit of advice, but I wanted it to be actionable and relevant to you. I hope you found this series really helpful. I wanted to give you everything you needed if you wanted to do this on your own. But I've kind of done that on purpose as well, because I realise there's a limit to it. And just having the information is not enough. So I have coaching spaces. I have the Summer Shred Blueprint coaching program, and I have spaces on it. I personally think even after taking all this advice, you would benefit massively from having my experience, my support, and my guidance to get you there. If you're interested in this, comment below or DM me Vantage, and let's make it happen, lads.